Good morning. Happy Thursday, everybody. 24th of July. How you doing, Jomo?
Hey, good morning, CM. I'm doing good. Thank you very much. Another Thursday, another almost end of week in the grind of trading and investing. So far, a beautiful month. We're having somewhat of a correction. Altcoins, with ETH correcting, XRP correcting, everything is getting slammed. Even though Bitcoin is not getting, too much of a selling, not abnormal, but alts just want to kind of sell. We saw that coming. We took profits. Now we are kind of waiting to see what's going to happen, CM. I mean, natural. I would have just loved it to just continue. Very natural, though. And part of the altcoin game. What are you thinking? What are your thoughts, man?
Yeah, man. Correct. A little correction, a little pullback. Very makes sense to me, after a huge moves on altcoins, on the large cap mainly, you know, people taking profits. Whales are taking profits. Um, well the take profit xrp drops, and obviously all the crap is crap in the bed. Let's look on KASPA now. The KASPA is looking horrible, man. I'm telling you, man. I told you many times, man, all the KASPA clowns, I told them below the 50-week MA, do not touch it. Look at the PP, man. It's back here. Look at the PP that is forming here on the weekly chart. You can see this is it looks like a shooting star forming. Again, it's not confirmed. You have another 3 days, but still, man, this kind of rejection, this kind of pump and dumpy behavior on KASPA, it just show you the underlying truth of the people that move KASPA, and they are selling. All the little clowns and babies on X tell you, "Oh, I love KASPA. Why are you talking like this on KASPA?" Man, I'm just sharing the truth. The truth is that the real whales of KASPA, they have been shitting on KASPA so far. And you know what? Also, man, it broke out here, like this big candle here 3 days ago. It is a lagger. It show you it broke out only 3 days ago, and XRP broke out, in like the eighth, with Ethereum, like here. Okay, XRP went like 60% up, while Kaspa just joined the party at the end of the altcoin run. Okay, so again, to me, it looks really pathetic. And look, now you have a new trend line. You have a new trend line on the Kaspa PP chart. You can see you had tons of resistances, and now you have this one. Okay, so I'm not touching Kaspa. I told people about I'm not touching Kaspa. A lot of members are asking me, "Oh, what about Kaspa? What about?" And I'm telling them, "F Kaspa. It's a total waste of capital, in my opinion. Again, below this level, if it can hold above this level, yeah, you can hold above this level, then I'm gonna buy Kaspa. I'm gonna long Kaspa. I'm gonna go maybe heavy on Kaspa. But so far, man, not looking good. And now you have a risk as well of a fake out breakout. That means if it's coming back below the moving averages here, that's not good, man. That's not good. I'm not sure it's gonna do that, but man, this is not looking good, man, for Kaspa. And also told people live many times on YouTube, below this level, okay, on CAS BTC chart, it is crap. It is absolute crap, and that could be another lower high. That could be another lower high forming now here, man. Well, maybe it will do that, but I will let the time tell me. I'm not jumping on every little fake pump bounce, because we had amazing trades. We had really amazing trades in the last 20 days or so. We had a very beautiful, actually it was like 2 weeks of an altcoin run, and now little correction, man, and that's okay. You are muted.
Thank you. I actually see, we're muting for a reason, by the way. So every time CM tells you that I'm muted, it's a good thing. Remember that. You prefer me to be muted for a second and not have it on all the time. CM, I think very much like you, okay? But we differ in the sense that, we actually took a trade, in, the membership that was from the 92 cents. It made a 30% move. We took profits into strength. Okay, now it's going down. I told my people to move the stops higher to book in some profits. And the minimum is that people already sold like between 50 to 80%, and the rest is kind of going down. Probably stopped out at the break even. So this was a profitable trade. I do agree with your main premise, though. Okay, the main premise that you have that the PP man, okay, is in control. Since over here, it's still correct. Okay, the PP man is still in control, and right now it's still peeing again. Now, the PP man is a strong analogy to really remember how to behave while it's still here. Okay, that's why we take profits into strength. And hey, we reached another kind of resistance area. We got rejected. For us traders, it's a no biggie. Okay, we took some profits. Now it's going down. Move stops to break even. Even if it stops out of the rest of position, you made a little bit of money and you move on to the next trade. Okay, and if KASPA setups again here, we'll take it for another potential trade above. For me, it's above this 12 cents. Actually, I like this area also. Maybe add later. Don't really care. Okay, for me, I'm in and out of the markets, not on a daily matter, because this is actually trade from 5-6 days ago. Okay, so we held it for 5-6 days. We made a little bit of money. Now probably it's done. Boom, moving on. And as you said, we had amazing trades on Ethereum, amazing trades on XRP. For me, I had a huge trade on Pengu also. Two amazing entries, booked money on that one also. So Bitcoin, big position. So we happily take the trades when they come, take profits once they are available, and if it doesn't work out, boom, we move out of it on to the next trade. That's it. Okay, so that's what we did in the community. We're happy campers, and again, we're already in profit in KASPA, so whatever it does, I don't really mind, I don't really care. And that's the difference, CM. As you said, a lot of people, I someone actually yelled at me. It's not a really yell, because he yelled at me on comments, CM. He said, like, you guys, because I made a video about how KASPA might be, okay, for me it was potentially gearing for a potential move. If Bitcoin would have continued, we would have had KASPA continued. So I made a video about how potentially this can finally be the phase where we continue to all-time high. Maybe I was wrong over there. So far it's okay, but the thing is that people got mad at me, CM, because we said it was done for 2 years, and now all of a sudden I became bullish and I'm making money on the long side on it. So someone told me, don't ever speak on KASPA again. And I told him, it's my channel. I'm gonna do whatever I want, man. Okay, so these types of people that are so enamored, okay, those are the ones that suffer eventually the most, CM. Because for us, we get in, we get out, no emotions, okay, no emotions. But these people, man, so much emotions. So definitely the PP man is still in control. Hopefully people understand that and protect themselves. Okay, let's see how it acts. Let's see how KASPA acts. The market can still reverse. We don't necessarily going to go into a deep correction. Maybe we will, don't know, but not necessarily. So we can just bounce again. Specifically on the best trades, which are stronger, KASPA is okay, but I think there are other better, much better names out there currently. That's what I think, CM. But by the
Ways.
way, not only what we think, what about our audience, man? Say hello. How are you doing? Ask some questions. Tell us, what do you think about KASPA? Yes, Sim, you want to say something? Sorry.
Yeah, tell us what do you think about Caspa, and if you're hodlers, how does it feel to hold, and it went up from like 7 cents or wherever. Probably, your entry was around 10 cents, so you're down. And you see your account going up a little bit, and then whoop, one day later, you round tripping all the little gains. Tell us how does it feel? And really, man, I don't understand like people in crypto. How can they hodlers, like holding crap, fake coins, hot air, toilet paper, that will every little Bitcoin move, they getting tossed. And look how it dipped, man. Look at this. Look at KASPA. They say it solved the trilemma. Look at this. This is KAS dollar. Look how it, man. Look how they dump it back, man. Like you had a pump, then you had a rejection, bam, 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 down, 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 man. Like wow, this is a this is not the same KASPA of 2023, my friends. You really, and people, all these clowns investors that think they are gonna get rich with KASPA, they are fooling themselves, man. There is a chance the top for the cycle on KASPA is in. They are completely disrespecting the top, disrespecting risk. And you know what will happen to people that disrespect risk? Risk will cook them. Oh boy, oh boy. And it's been cooking them already. It's been cooking them. First, they're not making money on their KASPA bags. Second, they're losing all the amazing opportunity in the crypto markets, in the crypto alt season bull run. Like, man, this is the definition of a loser, a mega loser. you know? Don't get it, man. I don't get it.
Yeah, no, I agree. People, it's same every cycle, man. People don't get it. They get enamored with a coin, and that's it. That's it. I told you, they attach their dreams. Whenever you attach your dreams to one coin, that's it. You know how I know, and this is something important, CM. You know how I know that everyone is cooked?
They're not talking in the
They're not
lives.
talking. Not talking in the lives, man. Everyone, and I don't, and I truly, truly don't understand because we made outrageous gains this month so far. Okay, this was a very, very good month. Okay, but the thing is that if you don't take profits, then this is what happens, right, CM? And let's again, this is a KASPA episode. Okay, so we're gonna need to talk about KASPA. Okay, KASPA over here. Let me share this. Okay, the thing is that if you don't take profits, okay, along the way, your emotional capital gets depleted. Okay, depleted. So if you are okay holding KASPA, okay, so every time it moves up, you are happy. Every time it moves down, you're sad. And if it's happening for 2 years already, CM, okay, if it's happening for 2 years already, then your emotional capital is smoked. Really, really, your emotional capital is smoked, and that's what we're seeing evident on Caspians. Every time it moves higher, they're elated. Every time it moves lower, they are angry, they're pissed, and so on and so forth. And that's the problem, okay? That's the main problem of just holding, because they had all these profits. They were happy all this way. They were still happy here. They were still happy here. But you know how the saying goes, man. Here it's indifference. Then over here they get like, oh, what's going on? Here it's like, peak, like fear here, and now it's just anger. This is like people are here just angry for it. They become angry, and therefore we don't see almost any people when like we used to see. At least we're the naysayers. At least we used to have people say, oh man, I respect you, but you're wrong. We don't even have that anymore. All those people also kind of got smoked or went silent. Okay,
No,
or
you
went
know what
silent.
happened to them? They
What?
all work. They're all working in McDonald's now, man, serving burgers in Kansas or Tennessee. It is what it
Hey,
is, man. If you get cooked, you fall in love, you're making this a stupid investment decision, you lose all your net worth. You're going to go back to work in McDonald's, man. It is what it is, man. That's life, man. You know, everything dumped, right? What do you want?
it's a correction.
uh, man. Yeah, but Jomo,
Yeah.
but the smart contracts. But the smart
Oh man,
contract.
the smart contract.
But
Someone
CG,
was,
but CG
yeah.
says it's going to $7. How? Why? Why it's not happening?
I think he updated his price predictions to like 70 cents. I saw a short or something, man.
No, really?
Yeah, I saw something. Maybe maybe I dreamt it. I don't. Maybe it was maybe it was a
Ah,
dream. But
it's
I think I
above
saw
them.
something about him talking about 40 to 70 cents. But maybe not, man. Maybe I was like, CG reduced his price. I'm like, what?
No, man, no.
And
He's printing. He's printing. That's how he's printing money on
that's
his
how it been.
Caspa clowns. You know,
Oh, the
he's
Casper
selling them
clown.
snake oil. You know, he said, you know.
For sure, for sure. Anyways, man, that's how people get smoked. And the reason why our followers and our members and us, we don't get smoked, we actually make money consistently every month, is because we just take profits, okay? And if we see something kind of behaving odd, we get out of the positions. If we are wrong, and we do get wrong multiple times, ladies and gentlemen, we just cut those fast. Okay. If we have a loser, we will cut it ASAP. Okay. Few percentage. I think my average loss CM is like 6.5% overall in all my losing trades. Okay. That's nothing. Whereas my average gain, is way above that, at least 4 times higher than that, man. My average gain through all of my career. So that's how you make money consistently, man. You just make it over and over and over again. That consistency, taking profits, using tactics. Hopefully we're getting to people, man. With these lives, we're trying, because we hammer them with the same things over and over again, man. We just we have a nail. We have a specific nail that we talk about. We talk about the same things. We don't change, right? And we hammer it. We hammer, boom, 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 on their heads. Some get tired and capitulate, but some we get across to some, and those are the people that will actually succeed. Because if you want it or not, see, if people here want to admit it or not, 90%, okay, at least 90 to 95% of all people that try to invest or trade lose money. Okay, it's a fact. This is not something that I invent. There were multiple studies about this throughout the past half a decade. Yeah, people can go to ChatGPT, ask ChatGPT what's the success rate of investing, and it will tell you easy peasy. Okay, that's why, okay, what we do is so special and unique, and that's why we're trying to pass it along, because we actually want people to succeed in their life. We want them to become winners. But if they don't do our tactics, if they don't change their mindset, okay, they will perpetually be in that boom and bust cycle of losers, man. And that's what pisses me off. But that's what they want to do, and I can't control it. I can't control it, CM. What do you have, CM? What else? Do you have any question? I don't see any question. Nothing. Cooked. Cook the like button, everyone. At
They
least.
like, guys. Let's look a little bit on Bitcoin, some stuff, and then wrap it up, man. Go live the life, Life is amazing. Look, that's Bitcoin is actually, it might hold here. For me, this is like a sideways now, a chop. We had the big move on ETH and XRP, kind of went all the way here. Then since the last couple of days, it's been more chop city, because the big move is priced in. Now we're waiting. We're waiting for the next move, or it will go temporarily down again. It can also top out for the cycle. You never know, but we don't think so. Or it will go a little bit down and then start another bull move, and then you have amazing trading opportunities, amazing trading opportunities. Or it's just gonna pump from here. Okay, that's what. Or it maybe goes sideways and then pump. So anyway, we're looking for more upside on crypto markets, and especially on altcoins. Let's look on the dominance here. Dominance Dominance told me, by the way, I told all my old members, get out, and everything. We got stopped out as well on everything, amazing profits for the month of July. Dominance is bouncing now. Now this chart will tell me when I'm gonna jump back into altcoins, and strongly. Okay, I'm waiting for a rejection. waiting for rejection on the Bitcoin dominance. One of it can go up higher, it can go whatever. Once I see a rejection, let's say it go up and then start topping out and roll over, then I know I'm jumping back into probably ETH, XRP, and many others I'm watching that would probably make us print money. And this is just the beginning of the alt season. This is we had actually, look at this, like 4 weeks in a row of like kind of dominance going down. And now we having one so far, yeah. So far we had a little bounce here. So that's natural, man. That's natural that we are in an like in an alt season. You're getting waves of altcoins pumping, then wave of taking profits, and then another wave, boom, and then another taking profits and another wave. So on these bounces, you gotta take your profits because many coins that will top out here, okay, that let's say for example, what were the winners here might stop leading and they will maybe lag or chop, okay, or and definitely and once you get the new wave, you're gonna get more opportunities, more new winners, new leaders, and that's what people don't understand. They're just losing, all the opportunities, man. Once the altcoins will be ready for another wave up, it can happen today, it can happen at any moment. We will be all over it. We will be all over it, positioning the best names, while all the regular Joes, it's like boggle me. How can you be such a loser? I don't know, man. I don't know, man.
It's hard to become a winner, CM. It's hard. This is not easy. Okay, trading and investing is not easy. That's why 90 to 95% of people just lose money, man. That's the reality. Okay, if anyone could have done it, man, you would have seen real rich people all around. But that's not the case, right? That's not the case. Okay, but look, I agree with what you said. Okay, and I'm actually loving this. It's kind of counterintuitive. How can you love a correction? How can you don't you just want price to go up? No, actually, I'm loving it because this was a trade we took in the community. Okay, we had 3 entries on it. The first entry was above this breakout here at the 2531. We added another one over here above this 268, let's call it, and we added another one at the breakout of this high, which was a fake out back in the day of the 29. Okay, now each one was roughly 5% of capital to a total of 15% of the capital. Okay, now mind you, okay, from the first entry you made a maximum of 53%. From the second entry we made a maximum of 42%, and from the third entry we made a maximum, okay, of wrong one of 30%. Okay, good profits, but I didn't expect such a ferocious move on ETH. To be honest, it moved more than I expected, faster. That was good news because this printed money. Okay. However, okay, I felt like this kind of mega trade should have had more of my capital, at least 25 to 30%. So, and that happens. Sometimes you have good amount of capital, between 15 to 20% is still good, okay? It moved the needle in the account. You made at least, 7 to 10% of your account in one trade. But now this correction is allowing, okay, for digestion of profits and to build somewhat of a base, okay, in this potential rectangle. I don't know if it will be exactly here, but then break out into new highs, okay, in a fashion of maybe it will look a bit different. Maybe it will do like this, break out to these highs, another one, and then break out to at least cycle highs, because actually the all-time high was a bit higher at the 48. So we'll see how it behaves at that number also. But this is good, okay? It is good to give us a more time to actually take a bigger position before it ramps into new, potentially, right? Because we don't know what will happen, but potentially to new all-time highs. So This correction on ETH is amazing. Okay, it's amazing because it allows us more time to get into even bigger position on this breakout. Okay, that's how my mind think. That's what I want will happen for us, because if it will just move on higher from here, CM, me and you were talking, will this be a Goldilocks move where it doesn't give you another pivot for another add-on and we'll just move to break new highs? Because that was a possibility with quite a high probability. So we were kind of, fuck it, it won't let us, but hoped it will. And right now it seems like that's what it wants to do, to create a small pivot, either a pennant, a bull flag, rectangle, whatever, before it continues. Okay, now maybe it won't. Anything can happen in the market, but I do believe that's that's the path of least resistance. So I'm actually liking it, CM.
Oh yeah, man. Again, it can be like a little short-term correction, and then Ethereum will go maybe to the 41, and then will correct big time. I would rather it correcting now, creating like a cup and handle, and then rip through the 41. Obviously, but that would be lovely. But if for us, Ethereum is a no-brainer, man. He proved to us that he's the leader now. He's the daddy, Ethereum and XRP, and that's where we focus our capital. So really, we invite you all, guys. Stop being losers, man. Join a team of winners. Join our VIP. We're gonna show you all the trades we're taking. We're gonna teach you how to trade professionally. You're gonna have a strategy. You're not gonna be holding crap in a Bitcoin pullback, because these crap coins can pull back 50% in a bull market. You don't want to be holding into a 50% drawdown on your capital in a bull market, in the banana zone, in the Bitcoin going into new high. You don't want that, right? You don't want that. That's why you gotta have a strategy. You're gonna go to a battle, in a war. You're gonna have a strategy to attack the enemy, right? Because if you don't have a strategy, the enemy is going to cook you alive. That's exactly the same, man. You trade crypto, you trade against the enemy. The coins are your enemies. If you're not protecting, managing risk, and professional, and in shape, you're going to get cooked. And they don't understand. They think, all these new clowns, you have, the ones that been last cycle, they quit. All the people that are now, watching the content and stuff, most of them have no idea what is a real Bitcoin bear market. They have no idea of anything like that, or so they are very naive. They are very naive. They're not like me and you, that we're not really believing anything. We trust nothing, and risk is the only thing that matters. We first manage risk, because this market is the most risky market in the world. All right. So really, guys, if you're tired of round tripping your gains every 2 weeks, stop doing that. Join our VIP. Check it out for a couple of months. This is now the banana zone. Learn how to buy the breakout with us. Learn how to do everything. It's very simple, man. Very simple strategy, Just need to follow. You don't need to think. Just follow, And you're going to print, man. You're going to print. Just like we've been printing now 20 days, man. Now what's happening? Look, I'll tell you what's happening to most people in crypto. Let's say their account went up in July. All right. Let's say their account went up 20 or 30%. Okay. Now you're going to get maybe a pullback at some point. The account will go back to the early July value, maybe even lower. Okay. All right. Now, our strategy, our account went up, right? Went up nicely. And now we got stopped out. We are in cash, stable coins, flat. Doesn't matter what Bitcoin do, what the altcoin, who gives the F? The value of the account is, the gains are locked in. Now we're sitting in cash with more money than we had in early July. Now, late July, we have much more money, okay? And we're waiting for the next set of opportunities to come, whether they're gonna come in early August, whether they're gonna come today, whether they're gonna come next 2 weeks, 3 weeks. We are ready, man. And all these mega trades are just waiting for us. We're watching them. daily. We're watching them and waiting for the next entries. Just like we nailed, XRP, ETH, Cubic, Pengu, Bonk, all the big winners now. We're gonna keep nailing the next big winners. That's what we do. So we're inviting you. Join VIP, just follow us, man. You're gonna print money. If you're gonna keep following yourself, you're gonna get cooked and round trip your gains over and over and over again. And then the Bitcoin top will come, and then not only you're gonna round trip your gains, you're gonna lose everything. Because that's what happened to people. That's what happened in crypto.
That's unfortunately so true, CM. So true. It happens over and over again. The boom and bust cycle. And we're going to take you out of that boom and bust. Join our VIP. You'll see how we take you out of that boom and bust and into the consistency, curve. That's what we're going to do for you. CM, this was a nice live. See you in the next